Hello, what's up, REP Nation? I'm Pamela, and I'm here with
Sawyer, you know me.
Lori.
Allie.
and I have a few questions for you. So, what is United Way?
So United Way is a 501c3, which stands for a nonprofit. So that means that we work to raise money so that we can reinvest it back into our back into our community. We are part of a worldwide affiliation, so there's about 1,100 of us across the world, and we here at United Way of Racine County support Racine County specifically. We invest in programs that make impact for Racine County residents, and we focus on areas of education, financial stability, and health. That's what we focus on.
That's awesome.
And what do you guys exactly do here? Because do you have different positions?
Yeah.
I say my position is the initiatives director. I oversee program coordination and volunteer coordination with two major volunteer programs, tutoring program, which is Schools of Hope, and then a free tax preparation service, which is our VITA program, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance.
And I'm the president and CEO of the organization.
Oh my gosh. What does that entail? Like, what is your day-to-day? That must be crazy.
Well, my day-to-day is different every day, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. My main objective is to work directly with our board of directors. That's who I report to. We have a board of directors of about 29 people. I'm the face of the organization, so when we have to go out into the community and represent different elements of what we're doing, I'm usually the person that's going to go and talk about what we do and how we do it. I meet with donors. I meet with companies. I sit on many different community committees and boards to help steer impact in Racine County. That's a little bit of what I do every day.
That's a lot. That sounds
It's fun.
demanding, but I could see how that's definitely fun. The
is.
community outreach for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love the most about my job. And I was born and raised here. So, and I have kids that are both Eagles. So I love the fact that I'm able to, make difference in our community that I was born and raised in. That's wonderful. So
Yeah.
same with Lori.
That's amazing. So what would you say your day-to-day is? I know it's definitely a little different.
It's definitely different, and glad I'm not at that level.
Sounds like
But my day-to-day, every day, again, super different, which is why I love my job so much. I couldn't do the same thing every day. But depending on the hour of the day, I could be overseeing a tutoring session. I could be doing a training for new tutors, recruiting volunteers, meeting with partners to get spaces. And then the next hour, I could be switching over and overseeing a tax preparation site, helping clients to get their refunds for free, and talking on the phone to a client to calm them down about an IRS letter. So very different spectrums, but getting to serve the community while also ensuring that our volunteers have the best volunteer opportunity and experience as possible.
that's awesome.
How did you get into working at United Way? Because I know briefly when we all talked about it, all of you didn't actually plan to work at a nonprofit at a young age.
Yeah. You wanna go for it?
I'm going to be honest, before I even applied here, I didn't know much about United Way at all. My education background was in education, planned on owning my own daycare, and then I had my own kids. I had a lot of work experience in customer service, and I was looking for a part-time job to get back into the workforce, and happened to fall upon a part-time seasonal position that I felt I could handle and do and met my skills. As soon as I came in through the door, fell in love with this place, with the work environment, the people, the job, and knew I had found my fit, which is odd because, again, education background, but it ended up working out great in the role I was in because I educate people every day, whether it's for tutoring or for taxes, training volunteers. So it really used my skills that way, just not in the expected way.
You mentioned something about like tax assistance. How would somebody get your assistance with that? How would somebody?
We serve Racine County taxpayers. Basically, we look for you to have low to moderate income. When we say that, it's a household income of about $66,000 or under. And then we have certified volunteers that are certified through the IRS who are at our tax sites throughout tax season. You make an appointment, you come in, and just like going to like H&R Block or things like that, you're going to sit down with that tax preparer. They're going to do everything, prepare it, e-file it for free. No surprise charges or anything. And then we also have backup support. So if you have questions later on, we're around. But one of our sites happens to be at Case High School, which we have high school students doing taxes for the community, and it's absolutely fantastic to see. But we have adult volunteers as well throughout the community at different sites.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
That's awesome. So most of my adult work experiences with nonprofit. Similar to Lori, I went to college as an adult student, and when I went back to college, I started working part-time just to make it easier with that transition, and I entered into United Way as a part-time seasonal employee, and then a full-time position opened up. They asked me to apply for it. I got it, so I worked my way up to manager, then VP, and then now CEO. So I've been here 12 years now. How long have you been here, Lori?
About 6.5.
Yeah. So
How would you say that was working up the ranks like that? Like that seems like a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication.
Well, I think a lot of it is based off of work environment and culture. And so we have a culture of trying to develop our own staff. So if we have staff that come in and want to work hard and are doing well at their jobs and they're leaders among their peers, we're going to work hard to give them the opportunity to advance. So I was given that opportunity. And as a CEO, I want to be able to provide that same opportunity to our other staff too. So
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
yeah, thanks.
How can other people who don't work at United Way get involved?
I'm going to let Lori handle most of this question, but what I want to just make clear is that our work is only possible because of our volunteers. So we have about 16 staff that are paid. The rest of the work that we're able to obtain and do out in the community is done by volunteers. So on any given year, we have maybe 300 to 1,000 individuals that live in Racine County that come in and are putting in work in order for us to achieve the impact that we're making. I'll let Lori talk a little bit more about how you get involved.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities for someone to find their perfect fit in a volunteer opportunity and to see the impact that they can bring to their community. So anything from, we've talked about taxes, that might not be for everybody. It's a little scary, but we make sure that we have all the training that is necessary to prepare someone to be successful at their position. But there's also positions like tutoring. You might have maybe not had strengths as a child, in reading, and you want to make sure that other kids grow up confident and capable readers. So you can come in and say, that's something that interests me, and we're going to find that role that fits you. That really makes you feel like you've made a difference, but also something that you love and connects with you. But these are longer term commitments. Schools of Hope tutoring is for the school year. Taxes, a little bit less of a commitment. It's a couple months, but more hours and more training that's necessary. And then we have our investment committees. Mm-hmm. We have our boards. So different levels of commitment, different types of volunteering roles, all that are making a huge impact in our community, and really needed, especially like volunteer income tax assistance. And with Schools of Hope, we cannot provide these services without committed volunteers.
Yeah. And you can, if you're interested, you can go to our website, which is unitedwayracine.org, and just click on volunteer. And there's a bunch of different options that you can click and choose from to learn a little bit more about and potentially sign up.
That's amazing that you guys give that opportunity to people. I think that's very cool.
I have a question about that. Is there an age limit to volunteer, or is it open to anybody who applies?
Not necessarily. It depends on what you want to volunteer for. So we might have an 18-year-old limit for specific positions that we have, but we definitely have opportunities for those that are youth in our community that want to give back too.
Okay. We even do like one-day events. Mm-hmm. Our Day of Caring is our biggest one-day volunteer event, and that's coming up. But that allows for families to get involved and come as groups that way too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of events, do you guys ever have like a favorite event or a favorite event that you've hosted or something of that sort? Or just even a favorite moment with United Way?
My favorite event is always Victory Celebration. So that's always in January of every year. It's the official closeout of our annual campaign, our community campaign, which we raise about $5 million annually with the support of our community. And so at the end of that time period, we gather our community together, all of our volunteers and our donors. It's usually about 350 people in one room, and we're able to give away awards to our top volunteers and say thank you to our community. I love that's my favorite event that we do throughout the year. I'm sure you have your favorites too.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
This year we did our first ever volunteer appreciation event. And because my position is so focused on volunteers, that being able to have that recognition meant a lot. And we treated them to a very nice hors d'oeuvre spread at the Red Onion, and told them about the impact that they have in the community. And then also, besides that, we have a celebration at Case High School for our students. That really means a lot to me each year, where we get to celebrate their accomplishments, present them with graduation cords for participating in the VITA program.
Well, it sounds like you guys like to give out. That's really amazing. That's so cool.
What would you say is like your favorite thing to do at United Way? Like something you always look forward to?
Yeah. I think my favorite element is just going out into the community and meeting with community members. I always like talking to people that maybe don't have a lot of experience with our organization, so that what I find is that people that are exposed to our organization never say, no, that's not for me. Once you're exposed to United Way and the staff and the volunteers, people typically are like, yeah, I really love it. It's a great organization. It's just complex. So having the opportunity to go out and talk to people about what we do and how we do it and how people can get involved is one of my favorite things, because people usually tend to get excited, and then we're able to get more people to come in and support the community. So,
Yeah, I could see how it could be overwhelming at the start, but being able to explain it. And
yeah, we're just layered and complex. I mean, just from today, you guys are talking to multiple staff members that have different elements of what we're doing and how we're doing it. So what Lori's doing is completely different than what I'm doing, but it's all interchangeable, and kind of coming together creates community impact, collective impact, which is important. So,
yeah.
I completely agree. Just being out in the community. Some of our smaller events that you wouldn't think are like a big thing, it's just so much fun. Mm-hmm. Getting to talk to, there's so many different people in our community at different areas in their lives and what they need, and really learning their stories. It really hits home. And then when you're able to have a service that helps them, and that's when it really strikes a chord. I would say also I absolutely love the training opportunities that are available to me through my employment here. I get to go meet other people who are involved in the same programs that I do, but across the country. And that's really cool to also bring back some ideas and add that to our programming.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I think that's all the questions we have a time for, but would you want to ask any questions to us before we say farewell to?
So, as far as community involvement, do either of you have any special interests in the community that you all focus on or like to get involved in?
Currently, so at Case, I'm the vice president of LSU. And so we're planning for this year, we're planning to get more like community involved, especially with the Latino community. So currently we're planning a festival for Hispanic Heritage Month in October. And like we're partnering up with the Latino Center on Washington, or is it something like that? I kind of forgot the street. I'm not good with the streets. But like right now we're just reaching out to any like business owners or like performers, stuff like that, to like just to create like a space where we can all celebrate. It's for like anyone can come, but it's just like to show that like, oh, like you have a place and like this is something we all can do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for doing that.
I'd say my favorite thing, just like making videos for people, business owners and stuff in Racine, just being able to like shed light on people who kind of don't necessarily feel like they don't have a voice, but just being able to put them out there, giving them a little bit of help, it's awesome. Because I love to do the work, I love to make the videos and take the photos and stuff, but being able to actually help somebody and like feel it is really awesome. And that's definitely my favorite part of it all.
That's great. Well, thank you both for all that you're doing. This is great. We love being part of it.
Thank you so much. All right. Peace out, RVP Nation. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, no,
Thank you
you.
guys.
You guys are fantastic.